long-form open discussion podcast. Topics include sensitive issues such as sex, religion, politics, race, gender, death, BDSM, MFN, CFNM, MMF, MMFM, and healthcare. Do not try this at home.
Get your motherfucking ass up when I'm talking.
So hold on tight. The action starts now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
And here we go.
I'm faced with a lot of issues lately, considering my past life my life in the past couple months. My biggest issue now is I'm trying to sling a whole bunch of weed for people. I'm middlemaning. I find that way better because there's a lot of responsibility on the growing side, and there's a lot of responsibility on like the dispensary side. So I'm just trying to bring the two people together. You know what I mean? Because buyers and sellers they never know where each other are, and that's I'm like a realtor for weed, right? Pantsuit, walking around with a little case, like this is a beautiful 4-bedroom bag of green crack.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's a lot of people that creates they think this is. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that creates a safe space for everybody. Buyers and sellers, neither one of them like each other, and if they got somebody to go in between, it protects everybody.
Well, there's a weird perception. I don't want to say I've been doing this forever, but I've been doing it long enough to where I understand pricing now.
Yeah.
And it's like anybody that produces anything, whether you whittle fucking pens and bowls out of wood or you paint, a piece of art. Everybody thinks that their time and effort is worth far more than it actually is out in the real world. So if you're making, like I said, if you're making wooden spoons and the world there's not an influx, there's not a glut of wooden spoons out there, then yeah, you can fucking charge people out the ass for it. But weed is everywhere, right? It is not a scarce commodity anymore. So you got these growers that think they're putting out $2,200 to $2,400 a pound, which is something you can do if you're shipping it off to another state, which is something you can do if you're going to a state that doesn't have a recreational law where motherfuckers can still go to jail forever for it. Then you can put that giant add-on on there. But if you're in a recreational state and you grow 10 pounds, you're not getting $2,200 a pound for that. The only way you're going to get that, and here's where the perception is fucked up, is if you're going to ounce it out at like 150 to 175. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to wholesale everything.
Well, that's what I was, my first thought was when you're saying certain numbers. The misconception is probably from the grower looking at retail price. They're forgetting that they still got to leave enough meat on the bone for the two people after them.
Well, and so if you say you produce 10 pounds, no dispensary is going to pay that much for all your weed. And then their perception is these people are like, yeah, but I could sell it $150 an ounce until I make $3,200 a pound. I don't care about that. I'm not going to stand on the street corner like this is The Wire, slinging ounce to ounce to ounce to ounce.
Yeah.
I have people that will buy all of it, that will clear out your inventory for a nominal price. Well, so you can sit there and go, yeah, I want $2,400 a pound over 2 months, or I can put $15,000 in your fucking hand today.
Well, then the only thing you can do is say, bitch, nigga, sit on it and sell 1 pound every 2 months, and then let the other shit sit there till it dries out, molds and rots, and fucking evaporates the THC. You know what I'm saying? Ask bitch, nigga, why are you growing 10 pounds? Bitch, nigga, if you're scared to move 10 pounds and you don't want to move 10 pounds, then why are you doing it? You know what I mean? Like, I could go to the gas station and buy 1,000 goddamn gallons of gas at a reduced rate, but I'm not buying 1,000 gallons of motherfucking gas, so therefore I'm going to pay fucking retail. Get fucking real.
Well, and I'm such a cunt that I love proving people wrong or sticking it in their face. For example, like with Obama, I argued with people online for 8 years about Obama.
Yeah.
I didn't really defend him outside of the fact that, most people that hated him didn't even think he was an American. You know what I mean? And that he was going to bring Sharia law and all this stuff. So there were people, when I was arguing with them, said, when he's not president anymore and Sharia law never came to America, I'm going to make sure to tell you that you were wrong. everything that you thought was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm a cunt like that. So the people that are like, oh, I ain't getting rid of it for $1,500 a pound, I'm going to be sure to fucking hit you up the next week and see how much you have left.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to wait. Who the fuck are you going to wait for? And in the area where I live, these people are a bunch of knuckle draggers. So it's hard to get them. It's like, no, I will put all that money in your hand today within 6 hours. And they're like, they're still thinking, well, my buddy's gonna buy a 1/4 pound here, and I got somebody's getting 2 ounces here, and that shit's gonna fucking take forever.
Yeah.
So you got to decide whether you want to pay your bills today or if you want to just fucking keep slogging along for the next 2 months.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that rate, they must be stockpiling a significant amount of weed because I don't see how that can even work. But then you got to ask, bitch, nigga, how much time and money do you really have wrapped up and grown this weed? Because there's no way the effort that you got in it can justify that amount for a wholesale price. Even in an illegal state, I don't know nobody that would pay wholesale price at that level. I don't. To me, like, a wholesale weed's like between 1,000 and 1,500, depending on the strain and quality, and whether there's a drought on or not.
Well, and it also comes down to the problem with the industry is that everybody, like, it's price gouging. You're trying to get that extra $100 or $200 off fucking people. If you're in that anomalous situation where somebody comes to you and they're gonna fucking sling all your shit and they're gonna move it and move it all for you and put that 5 figures in your fingers today, I have no idea what kind of fucking person would sit there and go, no, I ain't gonna do that. Well, I do. A bunch of bitch ass motherfuckers that have no, like, and your weed probably has fucking seeds in it, which is bizarre. That should never happen. Probably got mold. You probably fucking aren't curing it right. But who gives a shit? And it's just, it's very frustrating
that's
on
the
my
problem.
end.
Bitch niggas are greedy, man. Like, everybody want to make a motherfucking $5 off of one nigga instead of $5 off 5 niggas and let everybody eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, they sitting back and they seeing these corporate niggas making all this money. Bitch nigga, you ain't corporate. You growing in a shed. Get fucking real. You know what I'm saying? Like, your shit probably ain't great like that anyway. And you ain't got the clientele to ounce it off. So what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? You're just wasting time, energy, and electricity contributing to global warming for no goddamn reason because you're scared to take the money. Eat a bullet.
Well, and it's weird. Eat a bullet. And it's weird because the script has flipped. Because now, if you know who the people are going to pay $2.40 for an ounce are? The people going to the dispensaries.
Yeah.
Whereas you're going to get it way cheaper from your dude, and you're not going to stand in line. You're not going to have to sit there and let some tattooed asshole run your medical card and all that stuff. You're definitely not paying an excise tax on it.
I don't know, man. Like, if I grew a bomb of weed and I could boom some weed, in the nice, $1,300 a pound range, 10 pounds at the time, every 30 days or so, I'd probably be like a pig in shit, nigga. I'd be cool. Like, everybody should be eating. You know what I'm saying? There's enough room for the nigga in the middle to make a couple dollars. There's enough room for the nigga on the end to make a couple dollars. And then there's enough room on the end for the nigga that's smoking the weed to share with his friends.
We could have had a grow going by now.
Well, yeah, we could do a lot of motherfucking things, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of rain days and shit. This weather crazy, man. This weather crazy as fuck.
I think after this, I'm going to go down and clean out the corner of my garage where I'm going to put everything up.
I don't know, man. I think we ought to just get us a couple. I think we ought to get us a couple 21-year-old dudes that look like they're about 16 and sell them to old white men.
I need some 16-year-olds to help me figure out this fucking social media thing.
Yeah, you probably need like a 19-year-old girl, okay? Because that's going to be your most apt one. Like a 19-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying?
This shit's fucking confusing. Like, when I look at...
she needs to be like basic white. You know what I'm saying? Like completely fucking basic white. Like a white bitch.
Well, so I just noticed that your name's Commie Porn X. I made a Gmail for the podcast because all this shit I read, they're like, keep it on an email list, which to me would be annoying as fuck if I kept getting an email that said, hey, the Repeat Offender podcast dropped a new episode, but whatever, I guess that's what we have to do. And then I just like the Instagram, it fucking fluctuates so much. to where it goes from like 570 followers to 581, and 2 hours later it's back down to 572. And the worst part is you know what? We get a lot of goddamn fucking promos for musicians. So clearly it's called The Podcast. Clearly, I'll put clips up and stuff of what we talk about. Rarely have we ever fucking talked about music. And dude, I get shit from like, they'll do the little fire icon thing and they'll be like, yo, hit me up. Like, motherfucker, I'm not a rapper and I've listened to your shit, neither are you. So like, I don't want to fuck, like, why are you hitting me up? Why are you doing that?
Yeah, I've been talking to my nigga at work, man. I'm gonna have to write a song or whatever one day, and we're gonna have to put it out there real quick for him.
Auto-tune.
Niggas say I ain't got no words, but I'm gonna show him. But anyways, neither here nor there. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, the Instagram and shit and all that stuff's cool, man. But like, where a nigga be at, I got like a no phone policy and shit, so I'm not supposed to be fucking around on the phone or whatever, getting distracted. I don't want to run a motherfucking swamp over or something. But it's hard to stay. You got to stay on top of the social media, man. That's what I'm saying. We got to set the web page up, and then we got to get a white bitch to keep us, popular, to keep us out there. You know what I'm saying, hammering out motherfucking content. But the wife say that they got this app, and it automatically posts for you. You can set up timing on it, and the bitch it'll post for you automatically.
I have a feed burner that posts for us. Whenever I put it up on Podbean, it puts it up on all the platforms.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you can move enough 10 pounds, you know what I'm saying, and you get these waterheads to get right with you or whatever, we could probably motherfucking just go ahead and, like, collab up and be on the same real estate and mob this bitch, you know what I'm saying? It really ain't that expensive to live. Like, you know what I'm saying? I seen a school bus the other day for, like, $3,000, man. And niggas have made that bitch into a house. And I'm like, shit, I buy a half-acre of land and I'll just move into the motherfucking school bus, you know what I'm saying? What a nigga's bills be like? A nigga's bill be like, what, $300 a month? Because, got to have car insurance and shit.
It'd be cool is to make a grow, to set up a grow in a school bus that you move around.
That you move around?
Yeah. Lock that shit up and put up, black out the windows and stuff so you can't see inside, and call and tempt the cops. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's locked up. It's mine. I own it. Yeah. I don't drive by any churches or schools, even though. What's funny is like when they look for retail space for dispensaries and shit or grows. Yeah. One of the stipulations almost for zoning is almost always it can't be within like 1,000 yards or whatever of a school or a church. Yeah. Which I have no idea why the fucking church would be on there because of separation of church and state. But for some reason you can't have it close to a church.
Yeah, but we can have CVS and Walgreens bamming out Zoloft and Percocets. You know what I'm saying? And we can have the goddamn grocery store and the 7-Elevens bamming out fucking alcohol and shit right next to them. But that shit's cool, you know what I'm saying? That shit's cool. Go on, drink your motherfucking weak-ass beer and beat your wife and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or up north, you know what I'm saying? Your bitch can get drunk on some wine and then beat the nigga, but, either way.
Yeah, there's some pretty fucking hefty women up here, dude.
Yeah, them bitches hefty, and they be having them drawed up little niggas and shit look like they pussy been sucking the life out the nigga balls for goddamn 20 years, and the bitch living young with a fat throat, and the other nigga veins and lines in his neck showing his shit. Oh, sucky puss bitches.
Yeah, and they all look like fucking the Penguin from Batman Returns.
Damn.
All like an orange with some toothpicks, talking all that fucking shit out there.
Yeah, big, broad, bored ass.
Yeah. Fucking women.
Damn.
This is why dudes go gay.
So let me tell you. Yeah, no, I can hear you, man. I was watching a show the other night. The kids had on. I walked in here and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Nigga talking about your sister made me gay. I said, God damn.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, there's two reasons that dudes go gay. One, I think the sex is more convenient.
Why is the sex more convenient?
Because a gay, like, as a ruggedly handsome straight married man, I am total gay bait. When I drove Uber during the summer of 2014 in San Diego, I drove during the Pride Parade, and holy fuck, I was objectified like a motherfucker, dude. There was people. I would pull up to a stoplight, and there's a dude hanging out the seat. He's like, "I want to suck your dick." He's all drunk and stuff. I said no. I said no.
Sean too.
Yeah, and exactly hashtag. And I told him no, mainly because it's like you're too drunk to pay attention to what you're doing. Yeah. But I think sex is way easier when you're gay. You're like, yeah, a guy will always say yes, And the other reason is like, you know, you get with a guy, you're two dudes, you're living in a house, you're doing what you want, you're not nagging each other about some bullshit, neither one of you getting overly emotional. So it's more of a convenience factor.
Yeah. And there won't ever be
Shout
no
out to-
child support. No, never child support.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Can you do child support if you adopt and divorce?
You know, and
Or
I
does
don't
that
think there's no sympathy factor if the relationship probably ever fell out. Like, it wouldn't be like, you know, because there's no man's battered shelter. You know, it wouldn't be like, you know, a bitch playing some weird fucking victim game, even though she's the one that poisons you and tried to stab you in your sleep.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's some
anyways,
crazy
another
ass
note onto some crazy shit. So I got a person that's like 2 degrees separated from me, and I don't share any blood with this individual or nothing, so I don't want to, you know, corrupt the fucking gene pool there with people's imagination. But with that being said, there's this bitch, and she married to this nigga, and she got this kid with this nigga, but the kid is not really important in the equation I'm about to throw out there. So they had some roommates, and so they kicked the husband out, then they kicked the roommate's girlfriend out, then the wife and the roommate decided they gonna be fucking, and which everybody knew they was fucking since way back. But then they moved the husband back in, and then they found the husband a girlfriend with a nigga she fucking's ex-girlfriend, and then they went camping.
Well, let's break that down. It's weird that people like when they like in this area where I am. Yeah. It's so small that people just they trade girlfriends and boyfriends like fucking Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck somebody or be in a relationship with somebody that you went to high school with, but after a string of failed relationships, here you are. Like my son's mother. Not the woman I'm with, but the one I had the son with. She's a lesbian now. That's not my fault.
Yeah. No.
But I think it's no, because it was like 8 dudes after me. But I think what happened because the town was so small that she ran out of guys and had to switch sides.
Oh,
you know what
just
I mean?
ran out of resources.
Yeah, you're like she can't. She was dating some guys buying her a drink. She's like, "Fuck, we were together like 6 years ago. Fuck." She's like, "Now I have to turn the card over and go the other side." And the best part is because I look like a lesbian, the girl she found looks just like me.
That's kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of sweet though. I mean, not you looking like a lesbian, but the bitch looking just like you.
I look like a lesbian. You shave my face, right? I look like one of those misshapen lesbians that you see at like baseball games during the fucking unofficial Pride.
On TV, on Netflix, and one of them fucking commune trailer parks on the outskirts of fucking California in the desert that nobody goes to.
I'm like the one. I'm like the fat lesbian, the fat bull dyke with the shaved head, or half the shaved head on Orange Is the New Black.
Yeah, you look like I'd say that a more rounded version of that fucking what's that goddamn dyke news lady that was on the Democrat fucking thing?
Connie Chung.
No, hell no. It don't even matter now. It don't even matter now.
It doesn't even matter now.
Rachel Maddow, is that her name?
Oh man, I would fucking totally pour the coal to her.
Yeah, they said that bitch has got an Adam's apple. She got an Adam's apple?
Probably, dude. This is like it's almost 2020. I don't think.
So is she a nigga? Listen, is she a nigga pretending to be a bitch, acting like a man? I don't understand.
Yeah, you never seen that movie? Just One of the Guys back in the 80s, where like
I've seen that shit. Yeah, I've seen that shit.
Yeah, and then showed her boobies at the. I think that's what Rachel Maddow's doing.
Boobies, yeah, boobies.
She's like,
Boobies.
They're like, we're not doing a female anchor, so she's like, okay, puts on the pantsuit, kind of acts a little rough. I think that's what she's doing.
Yeah, I wonder
then
how
Bernie
many
Sanders
of these,
goes home and puts on a dress.
Yeah, I wonder how many of these famous bitches that be acting like they super dykes and shit. Really get on like the Tinder or whatever and take the dick.
I think they do.
Yeah, they take the dick. Like, how you gonna be a dyke and then watch nigga porn? You know what I'm saying? Acting like you don't like dick. No, you trying to make some kind of fucked up statement, or you had some kind of broken home or something. I mean, it's cool. Be attracted. But bitches are bisexual, they're not gay.
Well, I don't know. Like I was watching porn the other day, and there was a scene where like they were double penetrating a girl, like these two guys, and they kind of rubbed together, and I was like, that's all right.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking about this person that I'm 2 degrees separated from. Like, I was wondering, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think I was wondering, and I was asking the wife, I said, you think all them niggas just up in there fucking and shit? Like, why didn't they just be cool and be like, hey, we're going to have an open relationship and do some shit like some productive human beings? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, these motherfuckers went straight motherfucking trailer trash. And like, we moving you out, we moving this one in, then we going to resource it. Oh, that's right, you work, so nobody else in the house has a job, so we got to figure out how to bring you back in. So they brought the nigga back in for the $8 an hour. And then they found the nigga a girlfriend, so he would be cool and act like everything is normal. But this brings me to the other part. You know, even though I said the kids didn't play into the equation at this point, what the fuck can the kids be thinking?
Well, so to go back to the beginning, I think the easiest, quickest solution to most of those issues is the awkward threesome.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. They could have all just kept the rules up for the house, right? And for everybody else to mind their own fucking business. And then, you know, come 8:30 when you send the kids to bed, you know, y'all can be fucking who y'all fucking. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But to move in, move out, move up, move down, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'm going to be real, man. I wish a bitch would tell me, you gonna move out your own motherfucking house and bring some dick up in the house. You lost your goddamn cotton picking motherfucking mind.
I'm gonna have to edit that out. We can't say cotton picking on here.
Like motherfucking hell, we can't. I'm about to beat everybody like they're a motherfucking slave.
Oh Jesus! Speaking of slave, I had a bitch of a time at work this week, and I kind of wanted to bitch about it. So you know how I hate redneck shit.
Okay, but I think you're a redneck, but go ahead.
No, I hate redneck shit. I hate trucks and labor-intensive jobs and work gloves and boots and country music and drinking canned beer and fucking wearing a baseball hat. I know, that's what I'm saying. Because that's what happens when you let go of your life and don't take control. You have to do stuff like driving a truck and working in the oil field is like the male equivalent of being a stripper.
Yeah,
where it's like if you don't have direction,
feel some testosterone and shit, nigga. Like your beard has got to be trying to grow faster or something. Like your sex drive has had to.
No, not at all.
What?
No, because I'm so angry all the time. Because I'm doing it, it just...
You probably ought to walk through the store like you got the biggest cock swinging. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
like,
no,
nigga,
dude. I'm
go hug a tree.
I'm serious. Like, I don't want to sit there and walk into a store covered like fucking all dirty and shit. Like, and I got to sit there and walk around like that's a point of pride. Yeah, because I'm working.
No, I ain't talking about walking in the store dirty. Who the fuck wants to walk into a store dirty? I'm talking about going home and throwing a new fit and walk around that bitch with a big head while you watched about 10 niggas you went to school with spending food stamps.
No, not at all.
Okay,
so
all right.
I've been driving a truck for a while. I'm really good. I'm really good at driving a truck.
Yeah.
I drove a truck in L.A. for a little over 2 years.
Did you smuggle?
I can do No, I should have though. They never, because I was white passing through border patrol checkpoints. They didn't even look at me.
That's what I'm saying.
I could have fucking snakehead like a motherfucker. Anyways, so I've done amazing stuff with a combination vehicle tractor trailer, that nobody will have ever seen.
Yeah, it don't even matter. But go ahead.
But I'm extremely proficient driving a truck. It's like second nature to me at this point. And so I had to go to the oil field side. Right now I'm kind of driving around saltwater and dumping it on the roads. Yeah. So that's another thing, is I'm not doing anything fucking important in life. I'm just making sure that people don't get dust all over their house and cars.
Damn.
But I like it because the only thing I like about it is that instead of standing in the oil field, which is standing in the literally a field somewhere, either it's hot or it's raining and everybody's smoking cigarettes and shit while you're waiting for stuff, I'm driving up and down the state, which burns through a ton of hours, which I actually get more hours doing that than the oil field. But occasionally they drag me back to the oil field side, but even though I'm only just hauling water. So I had to go out to this fucking place in the middle of nowhere, and I had to drive 12 miles to the site, and then when I was empty, I had to drive 12 miles into town to get water from a fire hydrant. And then back and forth. And I'm on a fucking roll. I'm in the zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm there, dump, go, fill, there, dump, go, fill. So, I'm on this dirt road. I don't drive fast. I'm doing about between 25 and 30 miles an hour, which is not fast by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
And then you got this fucking county road commission people, this fat fuck on a belly blade, and this
bitch nigga.
Yeah, and this incel fucking driving the little 4-tire thing that you drive up and down. It's supposed to simulate cars driving over it.
Yeah.
Well, it's important to note that these motherfuckers didn't even have roadwork signs on either end of the fucking job.
Yeah.
Right. But they figured because that's a fat motherfucker and the other dude's an incel, a white guy who just can't find a romantic interest even though he wants to find one.
He went to the other side.
Well, they didn't find it necessary to fucking put signs out. But I knew they were there because I'm passing. But I'm figuring I'm only doing 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So each time I passed, which I'd have to go around the fat fuck on the belly blade, who's in the middle of the road, I'd come up around the corner and he'd be like even closer than he was last time. And I'd be like, oh, fuck, there you are. So they whined. They complained, right? Because my truck has the name of the company all over it. And they complained. And so I got to get fucking phone calls.
Yeah.
I got to fucking hear this shit. I have to explain. I'm doing 25 miles an hour, so eat a dick, I guess.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, too, is the people bitching about CDL drivers usually don't have a CDL. They've never driven a truck in their life. They don't understand how it works. They think I'm not in control or I'm driving too fast for conditions. So, for anybody that doesn't know how these fucking redneck, low-rent fucking truck driving oil field jobs go, when somebody complains, that shit's going to go up the chain of command.
Well, why didn't you call the motherfucking county commission and tell him that the nigga was playing with his penis in public?
Well, I called my boss immediately, right, and told him he was the fat fuck.
Yeah, I'm saying. The nigga was motherfucking gunning down a dry dick in public. Nigga, I could see it plain as day. So if I was going a little fast, because I was tired of seeing this fat little motherfucking uncircumcised penis.
Well, I wouldn't be tired of seeing that. But so it goes up the chain of command, which means the fat fuck on the belly blade calls a supervisor, which is a guy that drives around in a pickup truck and never gets out.
Yeah.
And then that guy fucking calls the boss, which is a fat fuck sitting in an office somewhere making way too much money for what he does. Yeah. And then because this is a small town, that fat fuck is probably, used to bang Shirlene together, some new guy, my boss's wife or whatever. Yeah. So they've known each other forever and they call each other and without any facts whatsoever. They got to exchange this information. And I got to listen to some fucking low rent, uneducated truck drive or fucking pickup truck driving, oil field working motherfuckers wearing fucking baseball hats to weddings. Fucking, oh, you're driving too fast. You're driving too fast. This guy comes up. I come around the corner. He's got his pickup truck parked across the road to where I can't go by him.
Yeah.
Most people are white noise to me. I don't want to fucking hear you. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. So he walks up. I got my Bluetooth earbuds in, right? These wireless earbuds in. This motherfucker walks up, jumps up on the truck, his lips start moving. I didn't even turn these motherfuckers off, right? So I'm listening to Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, and this guy is fucking, he's lip syncing something to me. And I just keep nodding my head, and when his fucking lips stopped moving, I said okay. And then he nodded his head and jumped off my truck. So I didn't even hear what the fuck he had to say. I just knew that it was just some kind of reprimand bullshit that some fuckhead in his position is going to tell me to. Guaranteed he's never driven a truck in his fucking life.
Yeah. Well, I admire you, dude, because I would not have been able to handle that. You know what I mean? And we'd have probably had a discussion at that point.
No, I just didn't hear what he said. I left my headphones playing. Yeah. Kickstart My Heart.
I wish sometimes I could kickstart my heart and listen to the motherfucking ear pods or whatever, because I'd have probably freaked the fuck out on bitch nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Well, here's the thing: is like I'm like a vending machine with a burnout light bulb. Like the light's out, but I'm still working. So I'm kind of a shell of a person doing this stuff. Like I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not the point. Like sometimes I just want some shit to break up my day, and I had to talk to fuck nigga, you know what I'm saying? You need to go on to you goddamn miserable cream crotch fucking bitch, you know what I'm saying? Let it sit in your motherfucking face till you quit breathing, you sorry sack of shit.
Yeah,
the fuck you doing on my truck? You creating a goddamn hazard. You don't get off my shit in about 2 seconds, I'm gonna crush your goddamn brains out your motherfucking ear. Eat a bullet, bitch.
Well, instead of that, I just just nodded and acted like
That
I
was
knew
the
what he was
simple.
saying.
Look, you did it right, man. You did super awesome, motherfucking blue collar. Yes, sir. Absolutely. You know, but yeah. At the time the nigga blocked me in the motherfucking road and done made phone calls and all this crazy dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? We'd probably had a discussion. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just I don't care
I have
about
no
any of that
problem
stuff.
when I fuck up. I have no problem. Like, I understand my ass got to get broke off on or whatever. You know, if I bent the rules, I broke the rules, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I expect a little heat for it. But for some bitch nigga that's miserable in his life to try and fuck up my day and trying to put some shit on me and trying to get my money, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, if you had a problem, you know what I'm saying? If you needed me to go a certain speed and it wasn't posted, nigga, you could have flagged me and been like, hey, man, you know, I'm working on trying to get my grade right here. You know what I mean? Can you keep it down a little bit? You dusting me out or you know, you're scaring me when you're coming by that close because I'm watching my blade or whatever. But instead, bitch, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Want to make phone calls like an old broke back bitch, you know what I'm saying? Nigga need to call his bitch because that's the one you're mad at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was. I don't think the fat fuck could see the belly blade. I think he looks down and he sees a hairy gut and just a lot of sadness.
Well, he probably put the bitch on float. I'm gonna be honest. He probably ain't even working no blade. He probably put the bitch on float and he just puts it in drive and goes. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly what happened.
Yeah, he probably a
But
union
now-
nigga. He probably a union nigga. Like, real talk. He probably some old broke back motherfucking union nigga that's getting paid, ain't worth the fuck, couldn't get a job nowhere else, but because his cousin used to fuck the motherfucking steward or some shit, he got a seat.
Well, then so I get back to the yard, and my boss, supervisor, slave owner on a high horse, got to come up to me. He's got to be. He pulls out the fucking. You know, he pulls out the disciplinary sheet, the written warning.
No, he didn't. That nigga pulled out a sheet on you?
Yeah, written warning, right?
Oh, okay, what did the written warning say? Because did the nigga check your speed? That's what I want to know. How did he time your speed?
No. Here's the
bit.
bit.
Breaking the rules.
You calm down, sir. Here's the best part. Here's the hell that's my life. So, the company I work for is owned by a much larger company, and so that much larger company felt it necessary to put cameras and speed registers in the trucks.
Yeah.
So, he's like, "Well, I checked your speed, and you were doing 26 miles an hour." And I'm sat there inside going, "Yeah, 26 miles an hour." To which this guy didn't back me. He goes, "Yeah, but that's a little too fast. I've driven on that road." Like, holy fuck. God's in his heaven. Please fucking blow your horns and send the fucking rain of fire and brimstone down. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And the worst part, the reason I hate working jobs, because everything has to be so fucking structured. And it doesn't have to be, but if you notice that most things are put in place, it's so people can cover their own asses. You'll hear that all the time. Well,
Yeah,
I gotta
so
cover
bitch
my ass on
nigga
this
said
one.
he drove that work road. Did you ask him, did he drive it there that day? Did he get any pictures, any documentation?
No, he said he drove it a month ago, and he's never driven a truck anyway. So
Okay. All right, so he has no idea what
no.
the active conditions were.
no, and
You want me to call this nigga? I'm going to call him. I'll call him tomorrow. I'll
call him
talk
right
to
now.
What's his name?
We'll put him
What's
on
his
third.
name? I'm going to call
We'll
him
put him
tomorrow.
on third.
What's his name?
Rick Adams.
Rick Adams. I'm going to talk to Rick Adams. I'm going to talk to Rick Adams.
So he goes through and he's like blah 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 blah. He's like, oh, you know, we got to go through this procedure every time. Like, Jesus, then you know, if you have to go through this procedure every time, or if you have to talk about it like it's something you just have to do
Yeah.
passively,
Yeah.
why? What's the point of it even?
Yeah.
What is even the point of it?
Yeah.
So, that's kind of where I am, and I'm a sad adult because I kind of just don't know how to get away from that.
What's
This is
Rick Adams' boss name? Because I'll call Rick Adams' boss and let him know that he propositioned me for sex.
Nah, I ain't trying.
I'm just saying it. You know
No,
what
he's
I'm
a good,
saying?
you know, because you know that's a lie. He's a good looking dude. I would have said yes.
I am a good looking dude. What you talking about?
No, I said that
Yeah, man.
guy is a good looking dude, so I would have said yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I ain't
I'm
talking
saying,
about
you know, I'm more like a conqueror nigga. You know, like I'm a nigga that would have showed up in a wooden ship with a bunch of underpaid hands rowing that motherfucker with the promise of gold.
Yeah, but you're like a different section of like if I was gonna go gay, I wouldn't go bear gay.
No, I'm like a you want to get mudded out because you feel fucking that you need to be demeaned for a moment.
Like spit on me and call me shit.
Yeah, I'll burn you and everything, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I have zero problem, nigga. Oh, you want to burn? You want a titty twister? You want a punch in the back of the fucking neck? Bam! But that's kind of tricky because you don't want to sever the spine.
You don't smoke cigarettes anymore, so you'd have to like burn me.
I'll
with
take
the
the
tip
lid.
of your,
I'll take the lid off my vape pen, nigga, and turn the coil up real hot. Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Hold on.
Hell yeah!
You heard that? Did you hear it? Damn.
Jesus. I want you to be careful because that one kid with the vape pen exploded and broke his jaw.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe all that.
Are you thinking that's just the cigarette industry trying to talk shit?
Well, I don't know, man. I think somebody like niggas be like modifying their shit. And here's the thing, dumbass, and not you, them. When you short batteries out, i.e., you're making a coil hot. That don't mean to leave it on permanent, okay? Sometimes shit, I mean, you get a battery hot enough, you arc it long enough, the bitch is gonna explode. You crank the battery in your car too long before, if the starter don't burn up, you'll blow your fucking car battery up. I mean, yeah, anyways, neither here nor there, but I don't know. You can't fix bitch nigga. Like, you can't fix water in the brain, right? So I've been trying to figure out how to make a medical device that can purge water off the brains of individuals. You know, they're not handicapped with any like real birth defects, so I'm not mocking, necessarily, people with genetic disorders, but there's a lot of niggas that's got to have some water on their brain. Like, their brain has got to be sloshing around in their fucking skull. You know what I'm saying? And I've been trying to figure out a way to, like, put, like, a fountain tap or something in that motherfucker where you can, every so often, you can push the button and purge the water, and then they can function.
I think you can, too. I think there's a way to do it. You just got to get all that. And it's not water. It's actually domestic beer.
Yeah, I can get you sometimes they be some beerhead niggas, man. Some beerhead niggas are cool, some beerhead niggas just can't, they shouldn't even be drinking no beer, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you gotta find that
test. Like, go ahead.
I want to find that happy place between like craft beer hipsters and fucking low rent beer, domestic beer can beer people, you know what I mean? Like, just drink and get drunk because we're sad.
But that'd probably be you though. Like, you're kind of between a hipster and a redneck.
I drink Corona.
That's because you was in California for a long time and you kind of resemble in like Asian culture.
Don't ever say that again. That is worse. That is like my N-word.
Your N-word.
You don't say the A word. You don't say the A word here. Call me Asian.
Yeah, all right. You know them new Toyota trucks, man? I've been driving down the road, man, and I'm looking at this Toyota truck, man, and I'm like, damn, that motherfucker right there looked like a Rugrats Chinaman.
A Rugrats Chinaman?
Yeah, like if you took a Rugrat and made him China and Chinese and you made it into a truck face, that's what it looked like. The nigga looked like a goddamn like a square head Chinaman. Like, all they did was look in the mirror like, we gonna make the truck look like us. Yeah.
There you go. I just sold a quarter pound.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, we should do this like the Jerry Lewis fucking, what was that stuff? The telethon?
Yeah, the telethon, nigga.
We should have like little skits and some like music, right? A little dog fucking balancing a ball on his nose and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, look, we just sold 2 more pounds. Call in today. Your grandma has cancer. Your little nephew has seizures. We got to put a few drops of cannabis oil on him.
Damn. I don't really want to work a real job, so buy this weed, nigga. Keep calling.
Oh, God. I'm reasonably ambitious, right? I've been working on the podcast, the social media aspect. I'm sitting here trying to fucking sling some weed on the side, trying to pay my bills, going to my 70-hour-a-week fucking shitty
you gotta re-elect Trump, man, if you want it to happen, okay? If you want it to happen, you've got to make sure that motherfucker gets elected again, okay?
I already fucking sent in my absentee ballot ahead of time for Trump.
Because I was gonna write in to elect myself.
I wrote in Trump on with a Sharpie.
I want to do Maximilian the plug for 2020.
With Bernie Sanders as your running mate?
Hey, I would too, boy, because I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you that old corny-headed motherfucker, like, I think if you slap that nigga a couple times and said, shut up, bitch, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's connected enough, you could probably make some shit happen, you know what I'm saying? But, nigga, you got to start with that old Stalin shit, nigga. Shut the fuck up, okay? It didn't work in Cuba, it ain't going to work here. Shut the fuck up, you know what I mean? Like, get on some shit we can tackle, you know what I'm saying?
Mr. President! African Americans cannot afford sex robots for wives.
Thank you for hitting me, Mr. President. Thank you.
Do you ever see any shit about sex robots?
Sex robots? No, I know about fucking machines though, cause I can get them bitches for the low for you. You know what I'm saying? For like,
I'm not talking about those
for
drills.
like $250. I'm saying like $250, nigga. I can get you some shit with a big dick or a pocket pussy, whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so you can be like, get some head. You know what I'm saying? You can have that bitch beating her from the back, bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm saying?
Give me a Sibian.
Yeah, well, no, but I'm talking about actual like thrusting rod, not like a vibrating chair.
A Sibian machine.
Mm-hmm.
Like a saddle.
Well, no, different, like actual thrusting, like a rod that thrusts, where Sibian's got like a fan motor in there that vibrates off balance, and it's just like a
Are you talking about that drill machine thing that's on like a long pole? And
no, but, well, see, those are like redneck versions, right? So they made them so niggas could hook them to sawzalls and all that crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's not applicable to what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like a nice machine, and it can sit on the bed, on the table, on the floor, and then it thrusts in and out. It's probably got like a 3-inch stroke, you know what I'm saying? But depending on the size of the unit, whether it's the pocket pussy or you know, dildo, you know what I'm saying? And then it can vibrate or not, you know, and then you got a speed control and you're holding your hand. So you can either be sitting in the chair drinking your drink with her tied up, or you could be, you know, getting your dick sucked, or you could probably just be using the pocket pussy, let it milk your dick a couple times, you know what I'm saying? Or if she's got like a bad attitude, you know what I'm saying? She can go in there while you're at work and turn that thing on and reach the spot that you probably ain't really doing, you know what I'm saying? And then when you come home, she got a good attitude.
or if she's being a bitch, you can just drill a hole in one of the air hoses so it's slowly bleeding out air. Losing power. You get home, she's like, I think I need you to change the alternator on the Sibian.
Damn.
I just be chilling though, man. I don't know, like, yeah.
Hey, so when are we gonna meet up halfway so you can give me all the stuff and we can get everything set up and be on our way to Millionaires?
I don't know, man. I've been thinking or whatever. I've been looking, man. I think I'm gonna have to go to like a tax auction or something here in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna have to make some moves, man. I'm not happy with where my life's at. So recently, I've been caught in a position where I'm chasing goals, right? So I'm trying to reinvent myself again. What I mean by that is I walked away from everything I've owned like 3 times historically, and it's really expensive to rebuild a fucking house down to the washcloths, you know what I'm saying? But like if the money, like, and I look at it kind of like nomad, like tribal in a way, right? So back in the day when niggas was out hunting and gathering and shit, nigga, they chased the food, you know what I'm saying? The whole crew moved, you know what I mean? But people now, they want to put roots down, and they put their whole life on this company that's not going to be here in 30 years. It's going to be, you know, bought, traded, bankrupt, you know, you're going to lose your pension, all that shit. So that shit don't exist for me or mine. You know, very few people, some people do, you know, but it never worked for me. So now I'm looking at it, you know, and I have the option. I'm trying to get to where I can obtain a mortgage. I've never had credit. I've always lived out the pocket. We pay cash for what we had. You know, this is post-criminal. This is after I was a criminal. So in the past, you know, I don't know, 12, 13 years or whatever, I've been trying to reassess myself and have goal attainment. And now it's like, you know, now I'm renting. So I walked away from the house that I owned or whatnot, got out from underneath that. I sold the property that we had because there wasn't no money in the area. And it was cool. I had a nice address. I had a cool place to live, awesome property, cool environment, and a community, but it just wasn't no fucking money. So I'm looking at everybody starving to fucking death, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody in the store is using stamps. Nobody has nothing because there's no wages, and there's no way to build nothing because you don't have the wages to pay the house and build a business at the same time. So nigga had to get out here and chase, you know, the oil field, the pipeline, you know what I'm saying, to lift my family up. But so now I'm looking at, you know, buying, you know, another piece of real estate. But I'm not going to pay $200,000 for a motherfucking house, right? So, you know, you got niggas this, you know, 35, 40 years old, and they committing themselves to a 30-year mortgage, okay? And that just makes zero fucking sense to me. So that's saying that you're going to be another nigga's bitch for another 30 years rather than buying something within your means. So I've been looking at these tax auctions and shit, and I think that's what a nigga need to do. I need to go grab me a little. And I ain't knocking nobody to do that. Like, if you want some nice shit built out of pressed wood to impress your fucking your wife's family and your in-laws and shit. Just remember in like 3 years when the bitch divorce you and be fucking a neighbor because you out here putting down 70 hours a week to pay the bills and have nice shit, and then she's gonna say you were neglecting her and she fell alone and shit, and really she just fucking somebody else and shit. So, but it's difficult. But do you, whatever fits your fucking budget, you know what I'm saying? Me, I just rather buy a trap house for about $15,000 and gut that bitch and then flip up if need be or whatever, or buy me like 20 acres and put a fucking bus on it like I was talking about earlier. But that's where I'm at right now. I need to find a motherfucking house.
All right, and we're back. Thanks, Thomas, for that weather update.
Yeah, man, that was good, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it rains a lot, nigga, you know what I'm saying? It rains a lot, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I ain't trying to work motherfucking 70 hours a week for another nigga for the rest of my life. I'm cool. Like, 5 years, man. I probably got, like, a solid 5 years left in me to amass what I need to amass. And in the meantime, I need to be building up this, I want to do this weed thing, man. I want to get this weed thing off the ground. And, but it takes money. It really do. It takes money. And
no, it really does. And that's why I'm saying, like, that's why, that's, like, so when you look at the industry, the people that are throwing up giant grows and everything, I'm not going to say everyone across the board because you can't really say that, but predominantly 90% of the industry is investors, people with a lot of money, that have a lot of money to put up the building, to put up your CO2 filters, to put in, what if you're going to do hydro, that costs a lot of money to buy all the nutrients. And those are the people that end up throwing up the big grows.
Everybody, like, you know what I'm saying, the weed was supposed to be the one thing to level the fucking playing field, man. And these fucking politicians and shit bought and paid for. They tried to set the system up to ease their mind and make it look responsible and bring on in all these corporate motherfuckers. And half of them niggas started in garages 20 years ago when they was crooks anyway. But, which, no worries. But weed should never be treated like Walmart, man. It should never be... the Amazon, you know what I mean? Weed should be, you should have 50 niggas with 5 employees, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to have 2 or 3 giant fucking grows. I mean, that's dumb as fuck, but I'm cool with either way, man. It's just, you niggas got to get out here and put the hours and stack the motherfucking money, man, because you're always going to be able to move some weed. It's just a matter of how much money do you got in that weed and how much of a hit can you take on it and still eat.
Well, I think my biggest problem, and I'm slowly realizing this, is that my burn level for my income is just way too high. So, like, everything I get is gone.
That's me.
Almost immediately.
That's me. For a year, nigga. For a year out here, I was making fat stacks, nigga, for a year. And I was negative in my motherfucking account, nigga, every week. Okay, get this shit. Since the first of the year, I've bought like 4.5 sets of fucking tires, nigga. Like, I've been picking up nails like crazy, man. And it's like, you that money adds up. I had to wash, I had to fucking dry. Like, every month, dude, I've had like a minimum of $1,000 unnecessary expense added to my fucking budget. You know what I'm saying? Like, every fucking month since the first of the year.
I feel ya. When I got my carpet pulled up from underneath me, I just been playing catch up. Yeah. And then child support gets all funky and wonky. And transforms and evolves into a new thing. I don't think
a lesbian should ever get child support.
Well, my kid's like almost 14 too, so clearly that money's not going to him.
No, fuck no.
It's going to like double-headed jelly dongs and latex fists and stuff. So
I'll tell you how you get over it, right? You come together and you send a kid to military camp, and then you both split the cost, and then that way nobody's profiting.
Well, trust me, I've researched every possible way to get out of child support.
You gotta get on disability.
Well, that or I need to have him like more than 75% of the time, and then they would just drop it. But that's not even a consideration in my life. So,
yeah, at this time, in your opinion,
all I'm saying is Jay-Z used to sling rocks right? He's did some dirt. Now he's a billionaire. So
he's a billionaire, and he walks into corporate gatherings and everybody's cool and shit because he's a billionaire. But out here on the blue collar level, if you're a criminal or ex-con or any of that, nobody wants to hire you. They want to say he reoffended. Well, I wonder why he fucking reoffended, because the nigga applied for 100 fucking jobs and nobody turned him, let him have a goddamn regular check and put a social security number on file, and so the bitch nigga robs you.
Well, dude, look at me. Like I said, I'll get like 25 hours overtime every week. But I still got a sling on the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, would you rather me do that or go apply for food stamps? I
don't know, man. Like, I need to get you I need to get you further south. I need to get you west of Detroit.
I don't know. I don't know if I like the winter in any form anymore.
Well, no, man. West of Detroit, the winter's way milder.
But it's still there. It's still cold. It's still dudes
in
parkas. Yeah,
it's still cool. But ain't no place with good fucking weather in any remote in part of the imagination do they allow a nigga to enter the weed game.
Yeah, I don't know how to reiterate this to people. I'm not overly concerned about how the law is right now.
Yeah, I understand, but see, I don't have your confidence in that, and I don't have the 25 stacks put up to have a paid mouthpiece and all that. So to me, the law is absolutely fucking pertinent to the situation.
Yeah,
and,
but you're a big, scary, offensive-looking motherfucker. I'm a white dude that can throw on a collared shirt and look like a golfer.
Yeah, when you sit across the table from a 70-year-old fucking goddamn blue-eyed fucking should have been a Nazi judge, yeah, nigga, you going up the road.
I'd be like, Your Honor, I'm sorry, I was trying to put my kids through college. She'd be like, yeah, we don't want to ruin your life.
Yeah, not me.
That's that white privilege. Shout out to white privilege. You could be a sponsor.
Yeah, I ain't got no white privilege. I ain't got no.
You got Albanian
I've been
privilege.
called, word is bond. I've been called nigger more than any black man I ever met.
By Bernie Mac.
You know, motherfucker crazy. I ride my bicycle one time. The police jumped out on me for wanting to be black. That's what they told me. But of course they said it in some more colorful language. You know what I'm saying?
You're the Rachel. You're like Rachel Dolezal. You're like that white chick that identifies black.
Yeah, I'm like, how you gonna hate a nigga for culture? You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, nigga. You don't know my life story. Y'all want to jump out on me and you fucked up trailblazers talking about y'all motherfuckers a drug eradication task force team. Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
I've been pulled over on a bicycle before.
Yeah. Nigga searched my book bag and all kinds
They searched my bag!
Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I sat on the curb and everything right there, dude. I was singing fucking slave working songs the whole time. I'm like, motherfucker. I dipped my toe in, like the gay thing with Uber. I know what it's like to be objectified. I know what it's like to be profiled. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I felt those kind of pains. I know what it's like for people to think I have bad credit but a big dick.
Yeah, damn. Damn. Well, all mine went to the belly because the dick ain't no big. But I'm gonna tell you, sexually, nigga wouldn't feel no better if the dick was any bigger. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not gonna do that. Like the nerves and the nothing's gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I just want there's that moment when you're like having sex, right?
And you just pull out and fist her.
Yeah, exactly. And then you piss on her, and then you go get some Applebee's. No, I'm saying you I think the best part is, or Chili's, I guess, whatever, if you don't have an Applebee's, but. Because it's kind of like the same thing. They got the 2 for $20 menu, and they're like, anyway, you do what you do. So my favorite part of sex, right, is that part like when you're doing it, and then the girl's like, "Oh, you're really hard right now." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you pull out, like she's on her back, and you kind of like you pull out, and you got to pull out and hit her pussy with your dick, right?
Yeah.
Checking
pop,
for
pop.
Yeah, you got to check for bats. Pop, 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 pop.
Bow, 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 bow.
And she got to sit there and look at that fucking thing, right? Look at that thing staring at her like that fucking snake from the Jungle Book.
Damn.
What's his name? Khan.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That sounds like
Baloo?
That sounds Asian. Sounds Asian.
No, stop doing the A word.
Okay. Well, I don't. It sounded like oceanic to me.
You know when you're like fucking a girl doggy style and she reaches down between her legs and she starts stroking your balls?
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing in the world. Besides 2 for $20 at Applebee's.
2 for $20. Yeah, I don't know.
Shout out to Applebee's. You could be a sponsor.
I don't really fuck with Applebee's. I don't really fuck with Chili's. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's where I'm at now. So I work too much, man. I work. Well, it's not that I work too much. It's that I feel like I work too much, and I don't really have no time left, right? So, you know, I be on the Facebook or whatnot, and then, you know, I see all these other people posting all these pictures, you know what I'm saying? They doing shit in their life and kayaking and motherfucking mountain climbing and going to restaurants and shit, and I'm like, oh, shit, it's Sunday. I got the day off, nigga. I'm tired.
I'm tired. Everybody's fucking tired.
You know,
but I'm tired.
man,
I'm not physically tired.
I'm mentally exhausted, nigga.
I don't want to say burnout either, because burnout includes physically tired. I'm not physically tired. I'm just like, I'm tired of trying. I'm tired of trying.
I think a nigga been grinding so long. I've been grinding for so long trying to get this money up, man, and give myself some type of freedom, because I don't mind 100 hours a week, man. I need to see the motherfucking goddamn icing at the end of the motherfucking shit on the cake. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing all these niggas eating cake with fat ass icing and shit, and here I am with some dry, stale ass fucking crumbs and shit. So I think that's what it gets from me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had all these motherfucking setbacks and I've taken all these motherfucking hits. And the end game is that a nigga still one check away from the motherfucking poorhouse. You know what I'm saying? That if my work dried up tomorrow, you know, then I'm out here looking crazy again, you know, trying to get on the hunt. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't that a nigga ain't hungry. You know, I ain't scared to get it. But it's like I got to reach the tipping point on the motherfucking scales to where I can make a couple moves. And that's not much money. I mean, really, nigga don't need but about 20 stacks. And 20 stacks really ain't shit in the grand scheme of things. But when you living out the pocket, nigga, 20 stacks is a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in the time frame that it takes to get them 20 stacks, it's like, nigga, I could have already been so super accomplished right now if I could have just put my hand on the bag for a minute. You know what I mean? That it's like Jesus fucking Christ. Like, all the opportunities passing by because I'm trying to put together some little chump change, nigga, to lift my motherfucking shit up out of poverty. Like, we living all right. We making okay money, but we ain't really living all right. You know, it's like I ain't got nothing on credit and I ain't all this, so I'm not really over obligated. But at the same time, nigga, we in the po house. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got no liquid assets. We ain't got no motherfucking money. But I got to remind myself that a lot of these bitch niggas out here driving around, living in certain things, and all, they're just balancing money on credit. Really, they're putting in to taking out. You know what I'm saying? So that helps them accomplish a little faster. It's just like in the weed game with an investor setting up a grow, right? That's a business side of credit, nigga. You got to get some money. You need a nigga with about 50 stacks to let us get it real quick so we can get it. You know what I mean?
Well, I kind of like overviewing what you said is I think you're having the same issue I am. Is that I think I'm just making this shit way harder than it needs to be. You know, because I know that comparison is the thief of joy, so I don't really compare myself to people. But I look at how other people are doing things, and I'm always sitting there going, man, why does that seem so easy for them? And I'm at the point now where it's like, I got to figure out why I'm making things way harder than they are.
You want me to tell you why? I'm going to tell you. It's not that the niggas is making anything look easy. Number one is credit. Like, if you got credit, you can make some moves. Because, like, I don't really give a fuck about the credit, right? And if I had me a $100,000 credit card, you know, a white credit card right now, like, I'd rack that bitch up and make a couple moves real quick. I wouldn't even, like, think twice about it. Second off is responsibility of a fucking family, right? So when niggas paying light bills, he's buying groceries, when he's putting clothes and roofs and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to prioritize your moves you make. So, like, if a nigga was out here flying solo, it wouldn't really matter. I sleep in the motherfucking truck. Done did it too many times out in the oil field, you know what I'm saying, to stack the money to where it needs to be. But the daily grind, the bills, like you was talking about your burn rate, the bills, the daily bills, like I'm at 4 stacks a month, no matter what, before I ever look at going and get me a hamburger, before I put gas in the truck, I'm at 4,000 a month going out, no matter what, bam, 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 like clockwork. And then if anything else fucking happens, if I lose the tire, I got to get the oil change, you know what I'm saying, I got to get some food, no matter what, boom, now 4,000 turns into 6,000, you know what I'm saying, so it's like this fucking treadmill, right, whereas $4,000, right, where my bill should be about $2,000 a month, I can make some moves pretty quick in the time frame that I've already been allotted. You know, I could have already came up. You know, I could have doubled up, tripled up. You know what I'm saying? Right now, nigga probably could be negotiating some 100-pound moves, but because being responsible, being a family man, it's self-destructive.
Yeah, I feel ya. And so anybody out there that listens to this, if you want to give us gifts for our pity party, make sure you wrap them. I don't like that shit where you like last minute grab a gift bag because you don't feel like wrapping it.
Yeah, or you can just let me know you want to get some gifts and shit, and I can go earmark some shit on Amazon for you.
Yeah, hell yeah. We should end it on that one. End of the pity party. Blow out the candles. Shout out.
Yeah, we need a cunt of the week, man. We didn't do the cunt. Where's the cunt? Who's the cunt this week?
The cunt of the week is the fucking guy that pulled in front of me with his fucking truck.
Yeah,
coming up like
right.
he's got to tell me fucking something. So shout out to the fuckhead in the Real Tree camo hat. I mean,
the one that said he'd
suck
suck your boss's dick if he writes you up. Yeah, I got you.
He might have said that. Like I said, I didn't even turn off my headphones, so he could have been mouthing the words to kickstart my heart. For all I know.
Yeah, he probably said he want to suck your dick, and when you blowed him off or whatever, nigga got mad.
That sucks too, because I'll let anybody suck my dick. Because my thing is, if you want to suck my dick, you're probably gonna do a pretty good job.
Great job, cunt of the week, army and motherfucking camouflage, fake army hat guy. Right on.
So shout out to Applebee's and your 2 for $20.
Shout out to moving your fucking husband back in because he's the only one with a job. Yep, good deal.
Shout out to the awkward threesome. And you know what? I wanted to do this and I'm gonna put this. There's this place I follow on Instagram. They're in Chicago, and I'm gonna go down there and try it because I'm a fat fuck. It's called Landbirds, and what they do? Yeah, they make tiger chicken wings. You know what I mean?
Tiger chicken wings. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm gonna say
they look delicious. So shout out to Landbirds of Chicago. I'm gonna post this up. I told them I would say something on the podcast for them.
Yeah.
So our 30 listeners can fucking one in
Shout
Australia.
I want to give a shout out to Redbeard.
Lady Redbush.
No, Redbeard is a nigga I work with at work, and he's biracial. But for some reason, my nigga's beard came out red, so I fucked with him about being a pirate. I'm gonna buy my eye patch and shit.
Yeah, that's a bummer. All right, well, thanks for everybody for listening. I hope everybody has a fucking great short week because we got the 4th of July coming up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And ultimately, I think the takeaway from this is like, yeah, I have troubles too, but what the biggest thing I'm trying to get over is I need to enjoy my life more. Confucius said the man has 2 lives, and the second one starts when you realize you only have one. So even if your bills are high up there, even if you don't know what the fuck you want to do, you should at least try to fucking appreciate the things that you have and at least bust a nut twice a week. So,
damn.
But remember, as always, the advice that we give. So no matter what situation you're in, not if there's a bunch of Asian people filming you and they're gonna throw that shit up on YouTube, never, ever think you can go quietly. Peace.